Hey, what's up, basketball fans? Nabis James here, and welcome to Basketball from Another Perspective. And in this episode, we will finally prove that stats does not tell the whole story. Also, can you guess 3 players to what this is? Stay tuned to the end of the video to find out. And if you're new to this channel, subscribe and smash that notification bell to know when a new video comes out. And with all that being said, let's roll that intro. Alright guys, let's begin. As we all know, stats is a great metric for measuring how good a player is, but it's all it is, just stats. It's static, it's not flexible, it doesn't touch all the intangibles, therefore it doesn't tell the whole story. Now, a lot of people are used to using stats as the only metric to measure a player's greatness, including myself. I've done this in the past, so I'm just as guilty as a lot of people out there, but it is absolutely wrong. But what bugs me the most is watching professional sport writers and analysts making the same gruesome mistake. And at the end of this video, I hope I will have been able to prove to you guys that stats cannot be used as the only metric to measure a player's greatness, and that we can finally take this argument, throw it into a black wormhole, and seal it forever. So the first example we're going to be looking at is 3-point shooting percentage. So we will put LeBron James and Kobe Bryant side by side. Disclaimer, this is not a who's better comparison, but I know a lot of LeBron fans are going to shred me in the comments anyways, so what has to be said is going to be said. So LeBron James' 3-point shooting percentage is 33.6%, and Kobe Bryant averaged 33.0%. Whereas LeBron James a better 3-point shooter than Kobe Bryant? Absolutely not. What stats won't tell in this situation, however, is that volume shooters most times have lower shooting percentages than those who take fewer shots. Now, Kobe Bryant in his career took 5,546 3-point shots, and LeBron James so far has taken 4,300 3-point shots, meaning that Kobe Bryant has taken 1,246 3-point shots more than LeBron James. Another thing that stats won't tell in this situation is that Kobe Bryant takes a lot of contested 3-point shots, while LeBron James takes more of open 3-point shots. Now, which one is harder to make? I'll let you do the math. And I know that every player's shooting style is entirely up to them, but I just wanted to point out that stats won't pick up little intangibles like this. Alright, let's look into defense. When most people think about defense, all they imagine is steals and blocks. Now, if you think like that, you're dead wrong. In the perimeter, most people think it's all about steals. Now, to put this into perspective, let's compare Allen Iverson and Tony Allen. Now, Allen Iverson averaged 2.2 steals per game in his career, and Tony Allen is currently averaging 1.4 steals a game. Doesn't mean that Allen Iverson is a better defender in the perimeter than Tony Allen? Absolutely not. Funny thing is, Allen Iverson has never been all-defensive first team or all-defensive second team even once in his career. That's because it's not just all about steals, but things like stops, how much of a hard time you give your opponents, how much you limit his options, etc. All these things can be measured with stats. Another example is run a test on LeBron James. Now, we all know LeBron James for his impressive chase down blocks, which I must admit is freaking awesome. But does that make LeBron James a better defender than run a test? Absolutely not. Now, I must admit that LeBron James is a very good defender, averaging 0.8 blocks per game, and run a test average 0.6 blocks per game. Now, stats in this situation yet again is not going to tell you how many shots or how many layups run a test is going to alter, or how hard it's going to make a player work to get a single bucket. Because things like this ain't calculated by stats. I stated that in the previous example, I just wanted to give an extra example to put it into perspective. So what about ESPN Rankings, which I think makes absolutely no sense. So recently, Carmelo Anthony was ranked the 64th best player in the league. Here are Stephen A. Smith's thoughts on that.
Everybody, just because we all work at ESPN together, don't believe we all believe the same things. You know, we do have independent personalities, and you're looking at one. This poll is a disgrace. It's an embarrassment. And as far as I'm concerned, the damn network should be ashamed for having the poll on. Who the hell came up with this list? Because they clearly know nothing about the game of basketball. I don't want to hear some stuff about some garbage criteria. Don't give me some metrics. Don't give me some analytics. Don't give me some garbage nonsense.
Now, with all that being said, here are a few guys who are ranked ahead of Melo. Lonzo Ball, Steven Adams, Avery Bradley, Danny Green, Harrison Barnes. Are you kidding me? If any of these guys guys would team up with Russell Westbrook and Paul George at OKC, will anyone even consider them a threat to the Golden State Warriors? Absolutely not. This just goes to show that stats like the player efficiency rankings and other mumbo jumbo they use in their rankings at ESPN does not always tell the whole story. And finally, let's talk about injuries and longevity. Now, when most guys look into the stats of retired players such as Kobe Bryant, all they say is 25 points per game. But what stats will tell them in that situation is that Kobe's first 2 years was mostly him coming off the bench, and his last 3 years was plagued by a lot of injuries. Now, the other guys could have faced similar circumstances like this in the history of the league. Another example is Michael Jordan and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Now, we all know that most guys regard Kareem as the greatest scorer of all time. This is mostly because of his number one on the all-time scoring list, which I must admit is very impressive. But does this make him a better scorer than Michael Jordan? Absolutely not. What most people fail to realize is that Michael Jordan played for 15 seasons and Kareem played for 20 seasons. Jordan retired twice, taking 3 to 4 years of his prime. Now, had Jordan played 20 years like Kareem, there is no doubt in my mind that he would have smashed the 40,000 point mark. You can check out my video on who is the greatest scorer of all time, link in the description below. I must warn you, it is kind of stat based, I made this in the past, but it does shed more light on who is the greatest scorer of all time, and it goes beyond using one factor such as who is number one on the all-time scoring list. Alright, so you made it to the end of the video, and the silhouette from earlier is LeBron James. So if that was a guess, you got it right. So that's it, guys. I hope I've been able to prove to you that stats can be used as the only metric to measure how good or how great a player is. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And if you're new to this channel, be sure to subscribe and smash that notification bell to know when a new video comes out. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Share this to your friends on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. That would be greatly appreciated. And until the next video where we see you again, thank you for watching. Peace out.